Sure, CM Punk returned, but here's my review of the real boom in pro wrestling last weekend. Boom Pro Wrestling from the Commercial Drive Legion on November 25th. This is the 14th straight sellout in the Boombox. Here's a few things you need to know before going to a Boom Pro Wrestling event.
The most important is that this is real!
Oh, and one more thing.
$4 beer! $4 beer!
I'd like to give a huge shout out to the host of the show, Wild Eyes, for his pre-show lead-up, which included a not-so-subtle shout-out to all of the Pacific Northwest wrestling companies. Check out the entire clip on their Instagram, at boom_pro_wrestling. Now let's get to the action. The first match of the night is Nick Pesky from the Brotherhood versus Jackie Lee from Reloaded. We get some dirty heel work by Pesky, and Pesky's overpowering Jackie. Not tons, but it makes a difference. We see a nice meteora from Jackie Lee to turn the tables, followed by a great cutter for a near fall. Top rope move and a clubbing blow to a near fall of Pesky, but Jackie sneaky roll up for the victory on that first match. Great starter for the show. After that match, out comes Kyle Fines, 50% owner of Boom Pro Wrestling, joined by the Slam Boys and Taryn from accounting, making a bunch of pig jokes about the audience, oink oink oink, as we all oink along, silly pigs, promoting the Vancouver City Championship match for later in the night. And Kyle Fines guarantees that the Slam Boys are not going to get involved, making the title match no disqualifications. Again, guaranteeing that the Slam Boys are not going to get involved. Up next, we have my favorite entrance music in the Pacific Northwest wrestling scene. We've got Kerosene by the Interrupters. In comes Nicole Matthews, a staple of the pro wrestling scene here in Vancouver. And she's taking on Max Benson. He is playing the big old heel in this one. This match starts with slaps all over the place, and no, it is not sponsored by Woo Energy. Some power moves by Benson, including a neck breaker. Fans are absolutely hating Benson. He's wearing Nicole down with his version of the sharpshooter. Nicole with a comeback, a barrage of forearms. She dodges a clothesline with a nice little comeback. Later in the match, we see a blue thunderbomb by Benson for a close 2. But to end this one, we get Nicole with a crossface for the victory. Out goes Nicole with that babyface win. We'll see a little bit more of her later. Up next, a tag team bout, Illa Tribe versus Big Scott Henson and Casey Ferreira. Easily the biggest babyface in Boom Pro Wrestling, and rightfully so. That guy's got charisma coming out of the yin-yang. We get the "Let's go Big Cat, meow, 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 meow" chants. Absolutely love the chants coming from the Boomiverse. Clash of styles with Casey and Henson versus the different size Illa Tribe members in the larger Gorilla Surge and more agile Coco Flash. We get a pump kick into a double team, back body drop, neck breaker. Ferreira, nice kick out at 2. Spanish fly off the top rope. You love to see it. We then get a hot tag to Big Cat. Assisted moonsault off the top rope to the outside by Ferreira. Big Cat still legal, takes a rock bottom, kicks out at 2. We see a head scissors by Ferreira after a Samoan drop to Big Cat. Ferreira going to the top rope. He gets double teamed, stopped, pushed off of the ropes. No chance for him to get back into the ring as Big Cat gets double teamed, hit with a big stomp. Illa Tribe walking out with the W. After the match, we see a little bit of shenanigans as Casey is offered a spot into the entourage by Brady Malibu. They don't like the fact that he doesn't accept, so we see a beatdown on Ferreira, attacking the leg, cutting a single strand of hair. How dare they? And that's going to lead us into the next match after seeing that beatdown on Ferreira. So try and keep up with me on this one, folks. A lot happening in this match. We've got a 6-man tag. We've got Abraham Lincoln. Who thought we'd get to see him in 2023? Travis Williams and Shaolin Funk for the next match against the Entourage. Brady Malibu, Parm, and Malik Mello. Parm is the first one eliminated in this match by Travis Williams with an AA. We saw Travis Williams breaking out some classic WWE moves, including the AA, and we'll later see a people's elbow from Travis Williams. But he was eliminated next after being stopped by his own team, Abraham Lincoln, holding him not to use the chair. Honest Abe, keeping the team honest. He gets rolled up by Malibu for the 1-2-3. We're down to 2-on-2. Shell and Funk is then eliminated by a running knee followed by a power slam. Now it's down to 2-on-1 for Abraham Lincoln. Malik eliminated next by Uranagi, down to Malibu and Abe Lincoln. Abe has had enough of this poppycock. Insert poppycock chants in the crowd. Again, love the chants from the Boomiverse. A ref bump, a low blow by Brady. A corrupt Parm enters as the second ref after being eliminated. Brady slaps him as he's not counting fast enough. Parm down, ref bump number 2. What is going on? Malibu versus Abe still. Honest Abe has a chair in the ring, and he doesn't use it. Instead, he sits down on the chair, grabs Brady, grabs Parm, and he starts spanking them both. What a scene here at Boom Pro Wrestling. Abe now with the kendo stick. Shots to Brady. After the kendo stick shots to Brady, original ref comes back, and Abe wins with a big power bomb. After the match, again, more shenanigans. Parm, he's being torn between the Entourage and the Time Bandits, and he decides to walk out on both of those groups. Parm, what is going on? What's going on in your head? The Entourage, they're fighting. Time Bandits happy that they have the victory. What's going on in Boom Pro Wrestling? What's next for Parm? Up next, one of my favorite match stipulations, a triple threat match. Two sisters, Liza Hall versus Bambi Hall versus the returning Amira. It's been a while since we've seen her, and actually this is my first time ever seeing Amira live. A lot of this match is the 2-on-1 beatdown by the sisters Bambi and Liza. Disagreements between the two sisters begin to happen. We see a double DDT by Amira after a delayed double suplex. Comeback by Amira. Big spinebuster from Amira on Bambi. Tensions again build between the sisters. The sisters collide. Bambi gets DDT'd by Amira, rolling to the outside. Amira is getting all that babyface love, and the Hall sisters not getting any love from the crowd tonight. We see a fisherman suplex by Bambi on Amira, a beautiful near fall. The sisters going at each other again. Amira keeps on coming back. Bambi with a big spear on Amira as well. But to finish the match, we do get Amira sending Liza to the outside and a big Samoan drop by Amira on Bambi for the 1-2-3 victory. Amira coming out victorious in this one. We get a post-match interview with Amira where Bambi and Liza go ahead and attack Amira. A 2-on-1 beatdown, of course, that's going to need a new babyface to come into the fray. Even though earlier on in the show, Nicole says she's not teaming with anybody, well, looks like she's going to make that exception for Amira. This match, it's getting the chemistry of the night so far. These three girls worked fantastic together. So buckle up for this next match. This isn't the discussion for match of the night for me, but you'll see why I'm hesitant at the end of this one. We've got the Rhinestone Cowboy, Stephen Crow. He's probably going to get the best entrance of the night on my books. That was a very fun one. Has the crowd singing along to that Rhinestone Cowboy. Versus Michael Blaze. This is a teacher versus student scenario, a very dark Blaze. He's tried to save Stephen Crow from the past, and he's been yelling at him all night about how he needed to save him. Quick drop kick to the corner, throws him to the outside, diving full out attack, throws him at the wall in the boombox. We're back in the ring. This one's starting off hot. A huge spinebuster from Blaze after a back and forth. The guys go to the outside again. Blaze getting the advantage. He takes a fan sign. It says yeehaw. And all he decides to do is just yeet that sign apart, and he's having none of it. Spits the remainders of the sign into the crowd, and that leads to an exchange on the top rope. It looks like the Rhinestone Cowboy had some hope. He loses that very quick as Blaze hits him with a massive superplex in the middle of the ring. Blaze unravels his wrist tape. He starts using it to choke Cowboy. The ref stops him. Back again with the choke with the tape. Michael Blaze is just ruining Cowboy. Draping neckbreaker off of the top rope to start this absolute barrage from Michael Blaze. And this is the absolute move of the night for me. Michael Blaze, a coast-to-coast flipping leg drop. Absolutely stunning. Crowd was shocked. Crowd was loud. And Blaze, he starts to play with his food. A big power bump for the easy 3 count. But wait. Blaze tells Cowboy he needs him. He lays down and allows Cowboy to pin him for the 1-2-3. We get a Rhinestone Cowboy victory, but I'm not sure this is the response that they wanted from the crowd. They could have got the boos from Blaze. They could have had the major heat on Blaze with a big victory over babyface Rhinestone Cowboy. But they chose to go a different direction. And I understand, but it didn't work for me. Now time for your main event of the evening. Taryn from Accounting versus Evan Rivers for the Vancouver City Championship. Now, I really like Evan Rivers, but maybe not as much as an acquaintance who slid into his DMs one time after a show. Heyo! So, of course, earlier, this match was introduced as a no disqualification. We get a flippy back and forth, mainly from Evan. Man is absolutely crazy with the stunts and moves that he's doing, entertaining the Vancouver audience. Fighting outside the ring, in the crowd, and who would have guessed? Enter the Slam Boys. Kyle Fine said they wouldn't get involved. Here they are. We've got a 6-on-1 attack on Evan. Evan with a big belly-to-belly opportunity, but 6-on-1 is just too much to come back from. Shockingly, Evan, he rolls out of a 6-on-1, and Evan Rivers with the comeback. Bing, bang, boom. He knocks down most of the men, and then boom, he works himself into a double cutter. Absolutely great move. Good babyface reaction from the crowd after the double cutter. After some good back and forth, Taryn from Accounting with a stomp and then a Falcon's Arrow for a near fall. We see another Bulldog from Rivers, another near fall. Rivers goes up top, but TFA with a chair attack to stop any momentum that Evan had. TFA hits a Widow's Peak, but Evan just able to grab the rope at 2, stopping the count. We then have Kyle Fines come into the ring, and he wants to hit Evan with the golden haunches, which gave Evan the opportunity to challenge for the Vancouver City Championship. Distraction from Kyle Fines. He just misses Taryn. We get a slam by Rivers, which opens up an opportunity for a moonsault from downtown. Big moonsault from Evan Rivers. 1, 2, 3. Your brand new Vancouver City champion here at Boom Pro Wrestling, Evan Rivers. We had the absolute privilege of seeing the Duchess of Professional Wrestling present Evan Rivers with the Vancouver City Championship. We rose, we stood up, and we removed our hats as the Archduchess of Professional Wrestling came to the ring with the grandest prize of Boom Pro Wrestling. The crowd goes wild, the Duchess and Evan celebrate. Solid night of entertainment. Boom Pro Wrestling, you have quickly stolen my heart. The crowds at Boom Pro Wrestling shows are invested from bell to bell. It's a young, diverse crowd, and everyone feels so welcome. Wild Eyes doesn't even know who I am, but he thanked me for coming to the show when he saw me, and that just felt really good. Hit up Boom Pro Wrestling for some good professional wrestling, and be prepared to be entertained.